Okay. Okay, I am assuming this is working, so I'm just gonna jump right in. So, hello everyone. How many people are in the chat right now? We've got it doesn't say. We got okay, I am assuming this. It says one person, but I see more people in the chat, so I know that's not true. Anyway, why do I start every single stream checking that out? Okay, was that Dave's Skype? Okay, maybe I should turn that off. It's weird because I've had Skype up here before and it's never been a problem, but whatever. Anyway, hi. So we're just gonna start where it says start stream here too. All right, we're here. So yeah, I just wrote on Twitter that the stream was starting. If y'all could do me a solid and retweet that, so more people come to this thing, that'd be great. All right, I'm just gonna have some tea first. Also, I think Thomas Reagan is in the chat today. He was the composer on this game. So sorry if I outed you, sir. He told me he was gonna come. So it seems that we ended the last one with that we just rescued Tanya, so now we got to go rescue Peter. I had the stream window open for about 2 seconds, and I lowered it down. Do you still hear an echo? Because you shouldn't. Okay, we are going to the gym. Hello. We are going to the gym. Echo's gone. Okay, good. Oh, yeah. Originally, there was this thing I had done. I mentioned before how I did a lot of whatchamacallits, where I gave a number of fan art contest winners. I gave them portraits. I based characters off of them just as a reward. And for the runners-up, I actually had their pictures here in this gym, in addition to Tanya, but that confused a lot of the testers because it wasn't clear that, you know, one of them was important and the rest of them weren't. So I removed them, sadly. As much as I wanted to give them that reward, it hurt the game, so I sadly removed it. Whoa, okay, 1 second. Let's go in here. Oh yeah, one of the fan art contest winners, actually, I turned into that girl on the treadmill. I mentioned in the last chat that she was supposed to have a bigger role, and I think there was a portrait for her done as well, but she never ended up really being in the game. Yes, Amahiro, that aerobics program was, let's go back out, that aerobics program was always there. That always was there. A forgotten girlfriend, we meet again.
Hey, Peter?
Hey man, what can I do for you? Oh man, I keep forgetting I did this role. Oh yeah.
So I'm told that you give personal training sessions.
Yeah, just when you know how to get through one of these games like I do, you can actually get through entire swaths of game without having to say like, without even like really going through the dialogue options with the character.
Tuesday.
Like I know the specific things I need to ask him, and I just ask him that and nothing else.
You need to reschedule.
You got a phone?
Ah, no. Well, I'll just remember it.
Okay.
646-555.
Thanks.
Great. See you then. And by the way, when you come to our session, don't wear a suit. Don't wear a suit. Oh, Don Rexo. Hey, Thomas. Welcome to the chat. Okay, now what I'm gonna... Alright, so I got Peter's phone number, so now it's time... Oh god, getting that working was insane. I think, depending on where Joey is, like if I move him over here... Yeah, like there he is right there. That actually took some doing. That's actually a dummy Joey. That's a fake Joey, fake character that I just gave Joey's sprite to. And I just moved it where, and just compared to where Joey was on the inside, I changed it here. Yeah. I think if you move him in front of the door, he'll be in front of the door. God, that took forever. Yep, there he is in front of the door. Very proud of that. Alright, so now we gotta speak to Officer Palmer here.
Officer Palmer?
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Yeah. Alright. Peter's number.
Could you look up another phone number for me?
I suppose I can, within reason.
I'm trying to track down someone who Leah knew. The number is
Natalia, hi!
646-555-0425.
Hey! The creator of Fran Bow is here in the chat. I've been going through that game. I'm liking it a lot. Going through it very slowly because time is limited. I'm up to the part where Fran is a tree. So that's fun. I'm playing around with a little time travel device or a weather changing device.
Well, I'd better go.
Sure.
The two Joeys sounds good or terrible. Yep. What am I doing now? Forgetting how to play my own game. Right, I gotta go to Fielding's apartment. I love how you see 3 knocks and she doesn't actually move her hand. That was lazy.
Who are you?
Who's asking?
This was another fan art contest winner. She's, what's her name? Magdalene O'Reilly. I think she goes by the name of Nicaea on Twitter and stuff. She has her own YouTube channel. She does some pretty cool stuff. Really good artist. She did my, well, that's why she won the fan art contest. She ended up doing one of my Christmas cards one year because I was really a big fan of her art.
I'm looking.
What's funny is that most of the pictures you see of her,
I'm done.
she's a lot more happy and fresh-faced than this one.
Just leave me alone.
So we had to age her up a little bit.
Why is nobody ever happy to see me?
Dunno. It can't be your copious amount of social grace.
Oh god, and the actress who played Maggie, I'm forgetting her name, but I remember she was like 8 months pregnant when she came in. And like she looked like she could have just gone into labor right there. She was really pregnant, and I guess that kind of helped with the character because the character was kind of irritable and not very, a little short-tempered. So maybe that helped a little bit. What am I doing here? Oh, right. Gotta switch to Joey. Oh wait, new emails. Really mess around with pimps and pros. I forgot about this one. Officially, we don't know you. If you piss these people off, I can't help you. So, don't piss off any pimps or drug dealers. I had cops on the list, but it's too late for that. Oh my god, I forgot all about that. That's funny. Yeah, alright. Right, we need to go in and have Joey look at pizza. I see chat here. I'm happy to see you making a stream. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I have to replay all these games anyway because I've recompiled them in a new version of the AGS engine, so I have to replay them all anyway just to make sure they all work. So I thought, why not? I'll invite everyone on along for the ride. This puzzle here, looking at the papers, this was like a last-minute addition. When you can thank my wife for this puzzle because when she played it, the whole Peter section she felt was really lacking. Because it was mostly just talking to people, and she was totally right. And we were trying to think of ways to kind of add something, because I think most of the voice recording had been added by that point, and we were trying to find a way to add something new without having to add any extra dialogue. So we added this. Wait, what?
After
Okay, that's weird. There's a little outline around the button. That's not supposed to be there. Well, If it was there to start with, I guess it was there to start with. Right, so now I gotta switch to Rosa and look up. I have a new email? Oh yeah, Donald Quentin. Yes, alright. Case number and Peter Fielding.
No,
Case number and Carth file, that's it.
Bingo. The case number is listed in this file. It belongs to a Maggie Fielding. It appears she was picked up in the raid on the Carth house. She was brought in for it lists.
I don't know how long that pizza's been left out. I mean, she is in the middle of eating pizza, so she probably just ordered it. I do love that animation of her just eating pizza and watching television. Right. Okay.
Ugh, coming. You again?
Dr. Info
What
Dump,
is it
yes.
this time?
You're Peter's sister, Maggie, right?
Sure, fine, you got me.
Why couldn't you just tell me
Anna
that
Berry.
before?
That
Because
was the
I'm
name of
trying to
the
get
voice
healthy,
actress.
working
Anna
through the
Berry.
program, admitting I have a problem, just like my sponsors. All that is the first step.
Well, she's a
I'm still
recovering
working
drug
on
addict.
this. Talking about Peter, that step. It's not
It's funny.
your
I
duty.
Well, I am
just
not a
temporary. I
recovering
have nowhere else to go.
addict of any
And
kind.
besides, what's
I do find stories of
Whatever you're
recovery
thinking,
very interesting.
I need that we need to.
And just sort of what people go through to
So?
kind of stop their addictions from taking over. And there's all sorts of different ways. Like what she's doing is that she's becoming very selfish, and a lot of them. One coping mechanism is to become very selfish, where you just focus on your own needs and don't worry about other people. Because when you start worrying about other people and caring about other people, it just leaves you open for depression. So, and that leads to you using again or drinking again. So, one coping mechanism is to hole up and become very selfish and push people away, because nothing is more important than your own recovery. And I find that those kind of mental gymnastics very interesting, and I played with that a little bit with Maggie.
Could you tell me about your father? He opened the gym, right?
Sure.
Could you tell me anything else about him?
If you want to know about him, you'll have to ask him yourself. Here's his address. He's always home.
So, what are you watching?
I don't know.
This is
some
a
animated thing.
small
Not
reference.
normally,
Is it?
I guess. They changed the main character's voice after the first episode, but it's not bad. Keeps my mind.
So who got that little reference?
Why is Peter such a sore subject with you?
That's between me and him, or his ghost, or whatever.
It might help to talk about it.
I'm
God,
still
Rosa's voice
working
is
through the
echoing
program.
so badly.
Talking about it is step
I know I've
number
complained
5.
about this a lot
I'm
in
not
other
ready for
streams,
it
but
yet.
God. And it's weird because Maggie is fine, but Rosa's so echoey. But they were both recorded in the same spot, in the same room, same setup. But for some reason, it came out differently, and it drives me crazy. That's why I ended up getting a studio.
What do you know about Peter's death?
Just what I was told. That he was fixing a light bulb and fell off the ladder. I remember thinking it was a pretty stupid way to go, especially for him.
How do you...
All right, I'm just gonna zip through all this stuff.
Well,
Sure.
I mean, if you want to play through it slowly and listen to all the dialogue, y'all can play the game. Acoustic treatment, something like that. I don't know. I really don't know why it was. I mean, yeah, Thomas is the audio guy, so yeah, I think it was just something to do with the, I don't know, sunspots outside, traffic. I honestly don't know why. But those problems obviously went away when I got a real studio. So they were ghosts. Yeah, they were ghosts. Thank you, Laura.
wait. This is Greenwood Cemetery.
I mentioned before that most of the Blackwell locations were about 5 minutes from where I used to live in the village. This place, Greenwood Cemetery, is pretty close to where I live now, and it's just a really neat place to go. It's beautiful. I mean, it's huge as well. I mean, she wouldn't have just wandered in and found this tombstone. Like, she would have had to wander around a lot to find this tombstone. It's It's pretty big, Greenwood Cemetery. It was actually in it was the location in a Lawrence Block book called Walk Among the Tombstones, and it was turned into a movie, which is not bad. The movie's not bad. Very different from the book, but a good movie. And Greenwood Cemetery features a lot.
Have some respect, sweetheart. The dead got enough problems without you trampling all over them.
The track is cozy. This track is actually from Blackwell Convergence. I reused a lot of music from Blackwell Convergence, actually. I think because that was like the first time, I think that was like we really nailed the music for Blackwell. We kind of nailed like the overall sound in Unbound, but Convergence was like, you know, with Rosa and Joey, modern day, we really nailed the sound. And so I was able to reuse some of the tracks. This one was used in Central Park by the Gothic Bridge. You never Redmond Silverfield, you have watched Walk Among the Tombstones? I'm impressed. The book's really good. I'm a huge fan of Lawrence Block. Huge fan. He was actually probably my biggest inspiration in terms of writing and character studies and things like that. The movie doesn't do it justice. The book is so much better. First of all, the detective is like married in the books, or I know over the course of the books he, meets a girl, becomes serious with her, and then eventually gets married. But I know in the book he's with the woman, and she was completely dropped from the movie, which I found kind of sad. What am I doing now? Oh yeah, going back to Maggie Fielding. And what I found funny about the movie compared to the book is that in the books, in the movie, he accidentally, kills a child completely accidentally, and that's what stops him drinking. In the books, that's what makes him start. So that I always found interesting that they changed that.
Coming.
The books are so good.
Sure, come
Love
on.
Lawrence Block. Everyone should read more Lawrence Block.
So your father is dead.
Yep.
Yep.
Why didn't you just say that instead of sending me to the cemetery?
The only person to visit Dad was Peter, and he can't do that anymore. I figured Dad could use the company.
You read the Matt Scudder books, and it's like it plays like one of my games. He goes around talking to everyone and draws conclusions, and eventually figures it out.
You said Peter visited the cemetery.
Once a year, on the anniversary of Dad's death. Peter was a damn saint.
Well,
Sure.
I love how she's still wearing her gloves indoors. Masters of Doom? What is that? Alright, where... Oh, right. I gotta go to... Oh, whoops. Yes, I gotta get the gym card.
Oh, coming. Oh, sure, come on in.
I kind of dig how that's set up with the two different sides. Oh, wait.
well,
Sure.
Right. Forgetting how to play my own games. She's such a slob. I love it. Oh, yes. I have heard about that book. How John Romero and John Carmack created Doom. Yeah, it does sound interesting. Right now I gotta send Rosa in.
Ugh, coming.
I had a full-time artist on hand. I could have animated him knocking on the door,
Oh,
but
sure, come on.
I just didn't. Now I wouldn't hesitate. I guess I was kind of like trying to figure out what I could use him for, and because I never had a full-time artist before.
could you excuse me for just a sec? My shoe is untied.
Sure, I guess.
Thanks.
Smooth.
Well,
Rosa's goofy smile is the best part of any Blackwell game, and I don't think we did it in Deception. I was just never happy with how the smile came out. It just wasn't. It just didn't look right. It looked goofier than it should have been, so I never used it. She needs to... Amiro says, this poor woman has to get off the couch and let Rosa in so many damn times. To be fair, she does look like she needs the exercise, because she is slouching on the couch all day. I'm going to the gym. And Rosa can use the card. Oh no, stray pixel. Dave.
that card unlocked.
Oh crap, gotta move out of the way. Okay.
There we go. Nobody can say I don't do anything nice.
Fielding. All right. Originally, I had a different puzzle here where you actually could download an app that, like, for the Vets Association, the Veterans Association, and you could look up his number and get his service record number, which you could give to Corey, or something like. It was very confusing and not very fun. Actually, I think. Yeah, wait. I think the app might actually still be in the game. You could actually find it, even though you can't do anything with it. Let me see. I might have left it in. Oh, no. There used to be a sign up here that would tell you about the Veterans Association, because, you know, Peter's father was a vet, and so there was some, there was a donation there or something like that, and it told you, the little notice told you about the app. Okay, so it's not there anymore. Oh, well. Oh, crap, what was the date? I think it was March 18th I was supposed to give him. This took forever to code. Because, like, each of these calendar things, it's its own individual hotspot. They all had to be coded in. Yeah, fun times. Okay. I think it's March 18th. I'm not sure. Can we type it into Google? I'm not sure. Let's see. Veteran? Ha! Department of Veteran Affairs. Yeah, that's it. Oh, but you can't download the app anymore. Department of Veteran Affairs, yeah. You could look it up for whatever good that does. Right, so let's go to...
Hey,
Got all
Peter?
excited about a
Hey,
secret
man, what
thing.
can I do
You're
for you?
welcome.
Say, can we reschedule that training session?
Sure, we can do that.
Sure, we can do that. That is my voice, in case you didn't remember from the last stream. Hi, Slaith.
Hey, miss, you're dripping water on the floor.
Oh, sorry.
No problem, just be sure to put on sneak. Anyway. Huh?
Yep, I got it right.
Paint?
Okay.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry, but can we...
Thanks. There was something significant about March 18th that I forget. I chose that date for a reason, but I forget why. I have to admit, a lot of people really like this mystery between Peter and Maggie. I admit I felt very uncomfortable writing it because it deals with, you know, domestic abuse and things like that. And so I might have, like, held myself back a lot when it came to, like, the really horrible details. Like, instead of the father abusing Maggie, it was the mother who was long dead, and so we don't have to deal with any actual, you know, physical repercussions of it, you know, that kind of thing. So I did kind of hold myself back a lot when it came to really confronting this. Which made me feel that, like, the other case was, like, the better one, the more fun one. But yet people really seem to... I got a lot of emails from people saying that they really liked this case and weren't too happy with the other one, the Heather and Tanya case. So, you know, that's awesome. I think that's great. I did manage to reach some people there, even though I personally think that I was really out of my comfort zone when writing this. And I think that it's important to get out of your comfort zone when writing something, because that's the only way you can improve. What am I doing now? Going to Corey. It's your daughter's birthday, Thomas? No way. I just knew it had to be like a winter day. A day where it could conceivably be snowing.
Officer Palmer,
Yeah.
is there anything in the system about a Connor Fielding? He died about 20 years ago.
Let's see. Our records from...
Typing
No,
while drinking
nothing comes
coffee.
up, but it's a very common name.
He was in the Army.
Oh,
Aren't those public?
not everything. But fortunately for you, I can access everything. Okay.
That's really funny. I
Okay,
don't think that was why I
records.
chose the date, Thomas,
Connor
but
Fielding.
that's really funny.
What's...
I can only look them up by service number. You don't know it, do you?
By any chance, I do.
I do, actually.
Well, that's handy. Let's see.
All right.
Okay.
I'm skipping through a lot of
It
the
says here
dialogue,
that
I know,
your children-
But it's...
Word get doesn't...
I'm imagine you're here because you're interested in hearing what I have to say. So, and also,
Well, I'd better...
Sure.
time is limited, so I want to get through as much as possible. What am I doing now? I go to Maggie. I'm narcissistic enough to believe that you're here for me, not for the game. How many people are in the chat right now, by the way? Okay, it says 30 on my end, but I know it's not. It's never accurate, that thing. Where am I going? Oh my god, I keep forgetting. Go to Maggie.
Oh, coming. Oh, sure, come on in.
I do like this jazzy song. And it's only used here, I think. I think it's only used for Maggie's apartment. I think we were originally going to use it for something else, but it didn't quite fit, so I ended up using it here. I don't remember what it originally was for.
Father. You did?
Yeah,
The
I assume
police
you,
were
you
called
played the
several
game
times.
already,
Not hard to-
exactly.
Huh.
I don't.
Why? Why do you care so much? What does my father beating the crap out of my mother
This
have to
music
do
was
with
used
how
for the
Peter
graveyard?
died?
I doubt that. I strongly doubt that.
I have my reasons.
So do I. There's a reason why I can't talk about this. I've been trying to forget this crap.
Oh, so,
Please.
Okay.
I don't know how. I'm sorry. I don't know how Twitch works. So you only get registered. So that number is only registered
You
if you're
have
logged into
such a
chat,
way
or if
with
you're just
people.
watching.
Are you still here?
Just leaving. Where are you going?
To visit my precious father. Not that it's any of your business.
Remember, I had
My
to.
neighbors are kind of...
I had to make Thomas. Not make Thomas. I had to make Ben do a whole new set of animations for Maggie wearing the hoodie. Just for this one scene. Oh, we have to go to the graveyard after this. Yes, we do. Oh, so it's just people who are logged into chat, not how many people are watching. Okay, so there could be more. Ha 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 ha. All right. Then in that case, I will say there are thousands of people watching me right now.
Maggie.
Any viewers registered logged or not? Okay, well, so much for
Huh.
that.
I had a feeling you'd follow me here.
I didn't follow you. You got here after I did.
You're not gonna leave.
You know
I think
try
I've
and help
reused
you
the same
whenever I
dynamic
can.
once or twice.
until I
I
spill
know I did it
everything.
in Blackwell
I've
Deception
never
with
pressured you to talk to me. Maggie.
what's their face?
God knows, maybe I should.
Tiffany and
I'm sorry, but it's
Ken
important.
Sharp. I know I did it there, and I do it again
Maybe
here.
it's because I'm out of that
I mean, it
stuffy
works.
apartment.
I don't think I
Maybe
could
it's
have gotten
because
away with it
when
a
I'm
third
here,
time,
I know.
but fortunately, I won't
talking
have to
about
worry
it.
about that, will I?
The fifth step. My sponsor said I didn't have to do them in
Slave?
order.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Many people don't.
That'd be nice.
I guess now is
Yeah, thank you.
as good a time as any.
I'd like that, Maggie. I really would.
So, talk.
1.5 million. Period. Yeah. All right. Let's go with that.
What did Peter do?
Nothing.
Maggie,
He took. I hated him for it.
wait, what? Don't you remember
Thomas, I've
how
met you. I
miserable
know this.
Was? Running Dad's gym was something
Joking.
I was good at.
Didn't Peter have lots of jobs he hated before he started working at the gym? Couldn't you be happy for
Peter's
him?
backstory really kind of
Happy?
mimics mine in a
Happy
way,
that he
even
took my
though
father's
I'm not
name
like a
and made it
gym owner by
here?
any means.
I
But
don't see the
the idea of trying many different careers
people in
before
the
you finally
neighborhood
finally
loved that
settle
gym. They'd
into
come by and
what
say, what a nice
you
old
were meant to be
man
doing.
Connor Fielding was. And
That was basically my
legacy.
20s, doing one different
No
career
one's
after
believed
the
her
other
when she
and
said she
hating
was
them.
clumsy.
Until I
It was
finally
like
just
some
sort of
horrible after-school special.
did what I'm doing now, and I've been doing it ever
Yes.
since.
Why didn't you?
Mom
So-
hid it from both of us.
Blah, blah, blah. Domestic abuse, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I don't mean to diminish what they went through.
I never knew. I swear. I never knew.
I'm not too fond of listening to my own voice. That's the main reason why I'm skipping through all of this.
Huh? The ladder. It broke. Oh, man.
Peter, I need you to grab a hold of this.
What the heck is that thing?
It's your grave,
No time, just
Scrooge.
grab. Well, that was close.
Did it work?
Let's get back and find out.
Gotta hop till you find your niche and your tribe. Yep.
This whole story is incredible.
It's all true, Peter. Can't you feel it? Like something is trying to pull you away.
I thought it was just into
Madeline, have you had time to examine them?
Here we go.
I think... yes.
Madeline?
Yes, apologies. I believe I have all the information.
Huh? Madeline?
Ugh, I really don't feel so good.
This can't be right. Michael? What's going on?
Madeline!
Apologies, my host.
Oh god. I remember when Ben first drew that, I was like, holy crap, that's the darkest thing you've ever drawn. And he has done many worse things since.
Don't mind.
He's drawn people like had their guts ripped out, being crushed by gears,
You
being
will
thrown from
stay
buildings,
back. You as well, Blackwell.
nuking a
I've
whole
absorbed
city.
enough energy to burn that precious body of yours.
Yeah,
to a
he's
cinder.
done quite a lot of
Why?
violent stuff now.
Why do this?
I love this music.
Have you ever heard of the concept, the journey of the soul?
What?
It is said that every
This dialogue
soul
was
has a
like
predestined
5 times
fate and
longer,
destiny.
while she talked
And the
about
goal
each of the
every
individual
soul
members of the Grace group.
But it is
And I
also
decided
said
no
that
one
the joy
cared, so
comes from the
I just
journey,
shortened it.
Not the destination.
The moment when you
Have you ever
yelled,
wondered where you would be now without the grace?
"You're welcome."
Without the epiphanies that were pushed into me.
I firmly believe that there's such a thing as like
No!
why am I laughing? I gave a talk at Adventure X a couple of years ago where I talked about something called having your dinner, which is a reference to a scene from Breaking Bad. There's this famous scene where Jesse Pinkman is invited to dinner at the Whites, and it's this really awkward, really funny thing. But it only works because you've been with these characters for like 5 seasons and you kind of know everything about them. And I call a moment like that having your dinner, where you've had like all this buildup and all this setup, and you've laid all this groundwork in place, and now you can have fun with it. You can do things with it that you couldn't do otherwise. And that's what I call this. This is my having my dinner moment, where I was able to like have fun with everything. Like I got you to like these characters, and I got you to care, and now I can kind of mess around with that. And knowing there's something very, it gives you a lot of confidence knowing that like, okay, if they've come this far, then obviously they're invested, and I can help. I can make that pay off. And so it was really, from this point on, it was so satisfying to write.
You. This whole time, it was you?
Indirectly. I knew these souls existed. I just needed to collect
Someone get mad.
I could
Someone
not
get
collect my
Miranda
host
here in
until
chat.
last, because my existence here was tied to him. As for Fielding and Goffstein,
Someone wants to hop on Twitter and contact.
They needed to be
Her name is
awakened.
Tempest
Something
Tossed.
only you could do. So, thank you for that.
You need to fix this.
Fix this.
Yes, you can still make this right. Just undo it, please. Bring them back.
got us to care, and now
I'll
you
bring
can
them
break
through
our
the
hearts.
light, and we'll just pretend this never happened.
I am sorry. I have not come this far only to turn back now.
Wow, the mix is horrible. The music's really loud, but I think that this is why I don't think I enabled you to disable the subtitles for this reason.
Collect.
'Cause I couldn't
What
get
do you
it
mean
right.
by that?
Perhaps that word is not sufficient.
Played us like a goddamn fiddle.
Consume.
You're welcome.
ingest.
Again, it's like it's more I took it for
Their
granted
energy as
at this point that if you had stuck around this far, then you were actually invested, and I didn't have to do that work anymore of getting you invested. And so it's really freeing when you get to that point. And I think any long-running series or television show like gets to that point where they can just, really have they take it for granted that you're invested in the characters, and they can start doing some really interesting things. The later seasons of Buffy do some amazing things. Dresden Files, of course, does some amazing things. It's like at book 15 at this point, and they are like really doing awesome things with the characters that he wouldn't be able to do if you didn't care. So
What the hell are you doing this for? I pulled you out of the dark. You were free. Why mess that up?
Free. I was, and yet. No. I was passed on from host to host, saving spirit.
I remember when I coded, I had her
spirit.
I had her pacing back and forth,
Tiresome. Then my last
and I had to make sure, like at one point,
banished
like
me.
she would
I
walk
remained
this way.
in the void.
Then if you
alone,
choose the wrong option, she'd
forgotten by
like
the
do it again and go
universe,
this way and go
until
off
you
screen.
brought me out.
Yeah.
But I was
That was something
still
fun I had to
not
deal with.
free. To fully free myself.
We need the
I
next
these
book
souls.
already. I agree. I think this is the longest amount of time between Dresden books. I mean, come on, man.
And what do you need energy for? What on earth could be worth all this?
Allow me to
Dialogue
demonstrate.
from the trailer.
Hey!
What the hell are you doing? Ah!
I made that sound effect
okay?
using Miranda screaming.
Come on, darling, say something.
I wondered if I would have to relearn how to breathe or walk, but it all comes quite
I
naturally.
don't think Rebecca
like
and
putting on
Miranda
a tailored
ever
glove.
actually physically met each other. I just played a bunch of Madeline clips for Rebecca, and I think she nailed it pretty closely.
This isn't happening.
You have spent the last 3 nights ensuring that it did. Denying it won't solve anything.
No, it won't. But since I can't punch you, it's all I got.
Malone.
No.
I apologize for the ruse. I admit I have
I
not
think the
been
way I
completely
changed Rose's
forthcoming.
portrait here, I
No
actually
kidding.
did something.
Come now, Malone. Nothing has
I think
changed.
I took Rose's
I won't shirk the duty.
smiling
I have no
eyes,
choice.
but I kept
we
the.
will continue to save lost souls.
I kept no. I took
Performing
Rose's
it from this
smiling
end could
mouth,
be
but I
refreshing.
kept the neutral eyes. So it's slightly different than what you would get otherwise. That might have been a little too subtle for people to notice, but I notice it and I think it's cool.
Like hell.
Sadly, you
This is a long dialogue, but it's actually sometimes long dialogues are fine. Like I have certain views and opinions about the way things should be, and basically my way of saying it is you have to do it that way until it doesn't work and then do something else. In this case, I think the lengthy
Red.
dialogue is
she
kind of
cannot.
necessary.
If her predecessors could not win against me, then she has no hope.
Predecessors? What are you talking about?
This is not the first time I have attempted this.
This
In the
is the
void,
music
I
that
could only
played
reach certain minds,
when
the minds
Joey
of
was
other
trapped
bestowers.
in the void
Other
in
bestowers?
Deception.
You mean
And I think
The other
I used that
Blackwell
here.
women. Yes, but I was too weak, and so were they. I could only control their minds for a few minutes before they broke.
I called it the Deception Lament, is what I called it.
broke?
I did not expect that would happen, but some good did
This was
come
a
of it.
small little
I
retcon
eventually-
about how the
You're
Blackwells are the way they are. I always knew it was Madeline's
stark,
fault.
raving lunatic. Do you have any idea what you've done?
You dare
It was always
condemn
Madeline's
me,
fault, but
little
in my
ghost?
head originally
Allow
there was a
few
different reason
centuries
for
to
it.
pass. Wait until you've been left
this one's much
abandoned
better.
in the dark, adrift,
Madeline, you
terrified.
quim?
Then you can pass judgment. But until
Joey's Lament, yeah.
Stay here. We're not done talking.
I don't know what a quim is. I assume it's something
I
bad.
said stay here.
Ooh, gosh, wow. Joey really clipped there.
Hey!
One fun thing you can do, you could actually make him try to move, but he'll always keep moving backward. Like you could actually... I was very proud of this. You could keep doing this forever if you want. But he'll always end up going, yeah. I don't know how many people
Cut
tried
that
that.
out.
I should have
Do
made that an
try and keep
achievement
up.
if you could keep him on the screen for like a minute. I should have done that. Oh well, too late now.
I'm getting her back. One way or another. Hey, Maddie.
yes, Malone.
Pretty much, Laura, yeah.
Now what?
I will simply live. I will grow old and I will die, like any other soul. And when that happens, perhaps I will move on as intended. It is a slim hope, but after centuries of existence, it is the best I have.
Makamu, thank you. He says, I always feel so bad for Joey in this segment. I know, whoops, I just, excuse me, I just dropped something in the garbage. Let me go get it. It's one of my old design notebooks here. I know I said before that, no, you can sort of take it for granted that people are invested, but you're never quite sure if you got it right. So it's always good to hear that it did work.
Why are you pacing around?
No reason. It has been a long time since I have felt snow on my face.
That's not your face.
True.
I do love that line.
Whatever.
All right, blah, blah, blah. You can't
It is
go
a
any further.
temporary...
What are you gonna do? Lug Michael's body around in a wheelbarrow? I'd like to see that.
I love that
Don't be
expression.
absurd. You know was...
That was his angry face, but his happy smile. And actually, in code, I called it Hap Grief because I couldn't think of any other better name.
Ha! Some master plan. All this planning. All this
I
debt.
nailed your investment
Can't
with
even
the game.
cross the
You're welcome.
street.
Only
It
for a
basically
day
gives
or
me a
two.
lot of pleasure to
I
hear
can
that.
wait. I have
it's just,
infinite
you know,
patience.
especially
Yeah,
since
but
if you
what
played
about-
the first couple of streams with the
Perhaps
earlier
Bernie-
games, It's like all it was me apologizing for everything that I did. So it's always very gratifying when people tell me that that it got through to them. The hope of any creator artist type is to make some kind of impact, and I guess I did. So that is always gratifying to hear. All right, whatever. Let's just do this. Those are our hearts that you dropped
What
into
are
the
you
garbage.
doing?
This is all unavowed,
No,
so
Red and I
haven't.
We gotta
Your hearts
stick
aren't here
together. Where
yet.
she goes, I go.
I
You
think this
might
is
be
unavowed.
wearing Red's body, but you ain't her. There's a line in the snow, and you can't cross it. But Rosa Blackwell, she can cross it just fine.
You're hurting me.
Good.
You
That sound surprised me. I forgot about that.
any idea what you just did?
I just evicted you, sister.
No. No, I will.
Tough. You made this mess, now clean it up.
Very well. Just remember, you brought this on yourself.
Red, talk to me.
Joey?
You okay? Careful.
I feel...
You!
Great, like a bad penny.
Dispatch reported a woman ranting to herself in front of a
All
church.
I remember is
had a
having to
feeling
add
it would be
footprints
you.
to
Care
him,
explain the
and that
dead
was
body
actually a
around
pain.
The corner?
Corey?
That's Officer Palmer. Now, explain.
No.
Miss Blackwell, I've been patient and cooperative.
No.
Stay where you are!
I don't mean to laugh.
What are
but
you doing?
I just love seeing
Was it
Rosa
like this for
the
them?
headbutt Corey.
For who? Red?
I think...
Huh?
Auntie, my
I
grandmother,
could not
it's
find the
happening.
right sound effect for
It's
this.
It's like
I
it's...
couldn't. The one I found,
No,
I'm
it's
not
too
when she bangs her
much.
head against the ground.
Red, stop that.
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
just
you're
didn't
gonna hurt
use
yourself.
anything because it was just
Jesus, cut it out.
nothing sounded
Not
right.
again, not you, not now. Help somebody, anybody.
I did warn you.
I did warn you.
Gotta...
I remember when I sent that animation list
Joe?
to Ben, and it was
I-
like Rosa headbutts Corey. He was just like, "What?" It was sort of fun because I got the early reactions from him where he was like really shocked by it. And he was a fan of the series before, coming on board. So seeing his reaction made me realize, okay, people are going to think that's cool. Right. It's funny how using Lauren came about, because originally it was gonna be Jocelyn, and I couldn't get it to sound right. And this is before I had added her to those flashbacks in the beginning, and I wasn't really familiar with her character yet, and I just couldn't find the voice, and it was driving me crazy. And then I wasn't going to use Lauren because Danny Marco, the voice actress, had moved to LA and was doing like LA stuff, doing real actressy stuff. And Danny I couldn't get anyone else to do Lauren because Danny is just awesome. But then I saw on Facebook she was in town, so I'm like, come over. And I just wrote all of her dialogue in like a day, and she came and did the lines, and it worked out so much better having it be Lauren and Rosa instead of Jocelyn and Rosa, because you've got the emotional connection to Lauren. You don't know who Jocelyn is, even though I ended up adding Jocelyn later on. You still don't have any real emotional investment in her like you do with Lauren. So I'm glad I was able to do it this way.
Hello? Auntie? Is that you?
Oh, hey. I saved you a seat.
Where are we?
You asked too many questions.
I will say, since Thomas is in
You
the
always
chat,
did.
this is my favorite track from
Sit down, kiddo.
any game he's ever done.
We've got
I
nothing
love
but
this track
time.
so much.
Cigarette?
No thanks.
I should have had her take it. I think I should have had her take the cigarette. I actually created this animation. I'm very proud of that. Using this like particle generation software. I think it was called Timeline Effects or something like that. Or Timeline Effects. I'm not sure. But it was like this fireworks thing. And I just added that and I stuck it on here. And it looks really, really cool. Right.
Auntie?
Yeah, kiddo?
Yeah, kiddo.
Is this where you've been all this time?
Don't know. Don't much care. The view is nice.
Yeah, Lauren works
I
so
don't
much
have
better in
Joey
the scene than
nagging me.
Jocelyn would have. Like, almost to the point where I'm almost embarrassed to admit that I wasn't originally going to have her in the game, because she works so much better. That the credit, you originally, okay, Vito says, I seriously thought when the scene panned over that the credits would begin rolling. Wow, that would have been... Actually, you're not that far off, because my original plan for the series was to actually end it. Not end it, but like have the potential 6th game basically be about Rosa in the void and Joey trying to get her out, and then big confrontation at the end. And one thing I realized very quickly is that couldn't really sustain its own game. It wasn't enough. So I decided to I kind of squished it all into one game and ended it here, and just kind of go out with a bang. And it works so much better. Like I didn't stretch it out. I'm really glad I ended it here. As much as I miss the series, and God, I miss it.
You don't know me at all, kid. In this place, I feel more...
I'm glad I ended it where I did. You know, it's funny, before I got this music, I had, there was a song by Enya that I had playing over this, and I forgot what it was called. It's like the whatever that song is called. I had playing over this when I was writing the dialogue and testing it, just for that mood.
We were possessed by this spirit called Matt. She didn't succeed, but
Overreaching
we
narrative
ended up...
busting bittersweet.
Oh.
That's all you can
A
say.
lot of people told me that this was like catharsis.
I guess not.
You know, like just payoff. And I agree. Like, even though it's just funny because these two never interacted before. You've never seen them together. Even Rosa as a character barely remembers them. Barely remembers her, but it works. I don't know.
Auntie,
it worked for
is my
me
grandmother
really
here?
well.
She
And
was.
usually my
But
instincts are
she
good
faded
when it
away.
comes to that stuff. If
I
it
guess
works for
it
me,
will happen to me
it works
soon.
for you as well.
And
It gets important.
in
Someone,
the
I once saw this talk by the Dragon Age writers when they wrote like that ending DLC for Inquisition, where you have like the confrontation with Solus at the very end, and they got like the real Solus fans among the writing staff to write that scene because they really wanted you to feel something, and you can't write what you don't feel. So that's a lesson, if there's anything at all there.
Why didn't you tell me
tell you what.
about Joey?
Thanks,
And
Makamu. Yeah, there were a lot of things I felt I was too subtle about, but this came through, and I'm happy about that.
What happened?
Don't know.
I'm
Last I
actually playing all
remember,
this
my head
dialogue because I
hurt
like it.
really bad.
And I love listening to Danny
I
Marco.
tried to make it stop,
She's
but
so
it
good.
just got worse. I might have thrown something.
I love her. She's just
You
so
did.
great.
I was there.
And I was
Did I
really
scream?
glad to bring her on board
Yes.
for this, if
I didn't
only
hurt you, did
because
I?
I was a jerk for
I hid in the
Blackwell
closet.
Unbound, and I
Oh,
wasn't able to
good.
afford to pay
Smart.
anyone, and
Yeah.
she was totally fine with that. She like came in a lot to do Lauren Blackwell for Unbound with no money, did not pay her a cent, and so I was able to pay her to do this work. So I was able to make up for it in a small way.
You look so young.
Well, I take care of myself.
No, that's not what I meant.
I really wanted to
When
have
I
like
last
her say
saw
that when
her,
she
you
was
were
taking a
over
drag
50,
of a cigarette.
At least.
So I kept on living, huh?
You were alive, if that's what you mean.
Hospital bed. Like Mom.
Yeah.
Well, and now, I guess it's yours.
Why didn't you tell me?
Tell you what.
About Joey? About my family? All of it?
You were 5 years old. You could barely understand how to tie your shoes. And I thought we had more time.
As a
But,
father
hey,
of a 4-year-old,
We're here now, and we've got all the time in the world.
basically just Velcro everything. I don't know when she'll learn to tie her shoes.
I've missed you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Huh.
Yeah.
Funny.
What?
I thought I might get up.
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know.
What's interesting is that a number of fans have told me that the way they got out of the scene, they didn't know what to do. They were really confused because nothing seemed to work. And just because they couldn't think of anything else to do, they would click on Joey. And then it was really surprising to see the next bit.
It's like they're reading from a playbook.
The reveal
Trained,
about Griff the
drugged,
PR bear.
Placed under
I
observation.
had planned that from the beginning.
In a week, they'll move you to
It's funny.
they'll move you to a
Originally,
long-term care floor.
the Blackwell
Be
Unbound
drugged.
story
And then
was going to be Lauren
sorry.
and a toddler Rosa,
so
and you were going to see
sorry.
Lauren give her the bear.
It's all my. I can't blame you.
But I decided
Comes on
not
me.
to bother.
There has to be.
I kept it just Lauren without Rosa because it was just too much stuff. There was just that game had to be kept very short and very simple and very quick, and having a toddler Rosa there would have really complicated it. So I didn't bother with it, even though it would have taken place in the 80s, which would have been fun. I remember preferring Velcro even after learning to tie my shoes because it was easier. Who doesn't? Who likes tying their shoes? Dun, dun.
I don't know what else to do.
One funny side effect about this, you can literally go through any wall, and it just sort of makes you feel like more of a ghost, which I was very proud of. It was kind of an unintentional side effect
This
of
place hasn't changed all that much since the last time I was here. Home sweet home.
that. I really should have had him say that in the hallway, not in the janitor's closet. Oh well. I love how Dr. Quentin's still wearing that
Age
like purple
34.
jacket from Blackwell
Height,
Legacy.
5 feet 4 inches. Weight 118 pounds. Subject assaulted a police officer, then herself.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Wait, I forgot to look at that little letter. Do 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 do. He settled into his 3 colors. Da, 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 da.
Huh.
Benjiro. God, I hate this low res text. I think this was the last game I was willing to accept this in. After that, I always wanted to have the engine render the text because this low res blurriness drove me nuts. Dun, 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 dun. You might notice the Blackwell theme. I think just about every track in Blackwell has that theme in there somewhere, which is why I'm going to be humming that theme till the day I die.
Empty. For now,
Dun,
anyway.
dun, dun, dun.
Eh? Hello?
I mentioned in the commentary that I originally wanted Logan Cunningham to play Benjiro, and instead I ended up doing it myself.
Hey.
Yes.
Trying to do my Logan Cunningham impression, which isn't very good.
Hey, I did some research. Kinda. You're Benjiro, aren't you?
Benjiro.
Yeah. Benjiro Hattori? You were the last guy to occupy this room, so...
What do you know of me? I love the little echo of the void track at the beginning of this section. What was the original noise they used for the ghost appearing noise? That sharp swing. I don't know, actually. I did some, I had some sound, and I did some, adjustments in Audacity. I mean, I don't know a lot about sound. I just usually if I need some kind of special sound effect, I just play around with the effects and Audacity until I get something I like. If I was like a professional, I would like know exactly what to do to achieve what I wanted. But so I don't know what sound I used. I used something and then modulated it and played with it until it turned into something that I liked. Well, now I can hear you when I listen to Benjiro. Can't unhear you. Well, his voice still has the echo. Yeah, well, at one point the echo goes away when he realizes, when he's like, oh yes, I now remember.
You started this whole damn mess.
Mess?
Yeah, with those Grace Group meetings.
Yes. That was so long ago. How long has it been?
See, his echo goes away.
25 years.
25 years? Have I really?
I think I mentioned in a previous stream that the original, my original story arc, I guess, was tracking down Benjiro. Like, you actually found his house, you found like the lab where he had his experiment, and you tracked down his daughter, and that just never gelled properly. So I ended up going with this instead. I ended up focusing on those 5 characters from the Grace Group and their little mini tragedies and stuff, which I really think worked better for a Blackwell story at any rate. Thomas says, I'm really proud of my Joey walks through a wall sound. That's right, you made that for Convergence, and I've used it ever since, so yeah.
Couldn't have happened to a more deserving guy.
I remember, like, for Blackwell Unbound, I never even bothered.
Haunting the
they
padded
just
room where they locked you up.
Little just faded transparency just went through the wall.
Thought as much.
You thought as much? You're saying you...
I suspected, but I couldn't be sure.
Benjiro wasn't worth it, man.
You suspected?
You're right, Laura.
What gave you your first clue? Folks stopped returning your calls?
No need to be flippant. My people spend so much time avoiding death that we refuse to believe it when it happens.
Your people?
Yes, we extend our own lives by consuming the positive energy from willing.
We were
blah 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 conspiracy. I'm evil.
You have.
I wish it worked. And
well, I hope you're satisfied. Your experiment ended up killing your subjects. Even worse, their souls.
Their soul. Come.
All right, yeah. Da-da-da. I love that flickering light. I actually asked Ben to animate that. These scenes were so static that they needed something. I mean, they're supposed to be sterile, but I wanted something to give it... Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that is, but it can't be good. I think it goes without saying at this point that I don't know how to use a computer.
Anyway.
That vortex. I witnessed its formation.
He's a nice vampire.
I did not believe what I was seeing.
Not nice so much
Why?
As that...
What is it?
Energy
I guess
siphoning
nice.
through the
He didn't
void
want to
at
kill
an alarming
people.
rate.
But he didn't want to
Something
die,
is calling it,
even though he did.
drawing it like a beacon. Something with enormous power.
Something, huh? And what is this something?
I cannot say, but don't you recognize the location?
Honestly, Corolity, if it wasn't for
Police
Madeline,
church.
everyone would have been fine, so...
Madeline.
Yes, if she has harnessed as much energy as you say, that is the only answer. But why would she do such a thing? What she is doing will destroy her soul, rip it into shreds.
She said she wanted to stop existing. I guess this was her backup plan. Good riddance.
You don't understand. This energy, it won't stop at just her. It will expand until it dissipates. It could destroy every soul, living or dead, within a 10-mile radius.
You could say, actually, Makamu, what he did was pretty cool.
It will. Damn it, this is my fault. Again, I set her loose. It's not enough, is it? It's not enough to destroy 3 generations of women. It's not enough to destroy half a dozen spooks. No, you gotta fry your own soul into oblivion and take the whole damn city with you. So,
That was almost
what do we
in
do?
the trailer, but I felt
the
it
hell are
gave
you
too
going?
much away.
I am leaving. I must get myself out of range.
What are you gonna do, haunt Jersey?
If I must.
What about the rest of us?
I'm sorry.
Laughing at my own
I'm
jokes. Come on,
sorry?
Dave.
That's it?
That is all I can offer. I fear that everything I've done only makes matters worse.
Hey, get back here! Damn it!
when I think about it, I guess that would be over Grace Church. But to have that view, Bellevue would almost have to be in Queens or in Brooklyn to like have that massive panorama of New York. But whatever. In terms of what Benjiro did, I was really inspired by I mentioned in a previous stream that the whole idea of like epiphanies and how you find them and how people get them. I was really kind of interested in that, especially since the whole prospect of like finding myself. I went through that phase kind of in my late 20s where I was really unhappy with my jobs, any job I had, and I realized I was very stuck in the garment center and hating it, and I actually quit, went to Korea to teach English for a year, did a walkabout around China for about a month and a half, and actually I picked up this wonderful book called What Should I Do With My Life? And it was all about epiphanies, when people just had that moment where they decided that this is what I want to do. Either it was either like a slow, for some people it was a slow, grueling process. For others it was like a lightning bolt. Some people, like the opportunity was literally just given to them. All these different ways of getting to that point, which I found very, very interesting. And so, and I always lamented that I started game design. I started doing this really not late in my life, but maybe later than I would have liked. You know, if I had like started doing this right after college, I kept thinking, think of all the time I wasted trying to figure this out. And that's where I came up with the idea for the Grace group of, you know, like they were enabled to skip all that and just get to the part where they're doing what they were meant to be doing. And I found that to be a really nice thing, but obviously that's not the way it works. So there were consequences, at least in this game. I'm just looking at the chat window here. Complex villains are the best. I agree. Yeah, as crazy as Madeline is, you can kind of understand why she's doing it. I agree. I'm hopefully finally ready to move on. Oh, with your life. Oh, thank God. Sorry, I totally misread what you said. Move on with my life, start a new job, move out of my parents' house, be my own. I've been struggling with that for far too long. It happens when it happens. You can't force it. But good luck. I mean it. Seriously, good luck. You can't always wait for the epiphany to come. Sometimes you can't force it, but you do have to give yourself an opportunity for it to happen. And if you don't do something, then it'll never happen. So definitely good luck. Like, I feel if I hadn't done what I did and started traveling and started, you know, doing all that, I probably might not have started doing this. So
Red, it's me. Are you even in there? Are you somewhere else? You're still breathing. You're still
we have an
alive.
aware spook in the chat. Uh-oh.
Somehow
and he's able to
maybe
type.
You can hear me? Maybe I'm wrong, but talking is all I'm good for these days, so what else can I do?
Honestly, these days,
Gotta wake up.
living on your own is
Things
expensive.
are bad out there. Really, really bad. So bad that I'm not sure we can stop it.
Oh, thank you, Dreamcatcher Wolf.
We're
That's
the
very
only
nice.
ones who can.
He says,
we. It's
past year
gotta
has
be
really
both
kicked
of
me into
us.
gear. Don't think it's a coincidence I found this series this year.
Because let's face it, I'm nothing. Just a gust of wind. I don't know what to do.
There's a reason why I always
Just
hire this guy.
Get up.
I mean,
Get up, and we'll fix this.
I don't hang out with Abe as much as I would like.
Please.
But whenever we do, it's just like just an amazing experience.
Did you hear that?
No.
Good old Paul Stretch audio filter.
Auntie?
Yeah, kiddo?
Huh.
Yeah.
Just get up.
Are you hearing that?
Up, and we'll fix this.
I don't hear anything.
I think...
Somehow, I promise.
I really think...
Please.
You okay?
I'm
It's
fine.
only 4 o'clock.
I'm
Sweet.
gonna look
We're
around.
making good time.
Sure, kiddo. I'm not going anywhere.
Auntie?
Yeah, kiddo?
I do love this dialogue.
Auntie, could you get up?
Why?
I thought maybe we could take a walk around this place. Maybe find a way out.
I'm fine right here.
Please, Auntie? I think you really need to get away from there.
I told you, I'm fine right here.
Please, Auntie?
All right, blah,
Sure.
blah, blah. I remember I went through 3 or 4 iterations of this animation where it's like very clear that Rosa can't climb up.
It's too slick to climb.
Fortunately, it's only a handful of backgrounds and there's like a limited amount of things that you can do. Hello, Shisiru. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. Sorry.
Auntie?
Yeah, kiddo?
Auntie, there's this ledge. I can't reach it. I could really use your help getting up there.
What's the point?
There might be a way out. Something to get us out of here.
Why would I want to do that?
Auntie, please.
Don't auntie me. Let me smoke in peace.
I'm dying out there. If I stay here too long, I'll die.
Is that all? Life and death are just the opposite sides of the same door. Doesn't matter which side you're on, it's all the same.
This isn't right. This place, we shouldn't be here.
I've never wanted to be anywhere else.
I think Joey needs our help.
He doesn't deserve it.
Joey's told me stories about how he saved your life. He saved mine too.
Only after putting us in danger in the first place.
You can't blame him for that.
Just watch me.
Lauren doesn't climb up by herself. Rosa pulls her up.
Joey was so wrong about you.
What do you mean?
He doesn't say much about his past, but get him talking about you and he won't shut up. You should be more like Lauren, Red. Your aunt wouldn't take that from nobody. He didn't mean to, but for years he made me feel like I couldn't measure up, that I was nothing, insignificant when compared to you. But he really didn't know you, did he? You don't actually care about anything.
How could I? Joey's voice in my ear, always pushing me, following me around like a lost puppy, and all those ghosts, night after night after night. I just got numb. Then my brother died. I decided I could do something good for once. Something real, something tangible. That something was raising you. So don't you dare throw that in my face.
I'm sorry, Auntie, but I can't believe that. If you really cared, you'd fight. You'd help me.
You never were this stubborn as a 5-year-old.
I grew up.
Okay. All right. It's funny how her animation, she's very slouchy. This wasn't the intention, but there's this one fan theory which I like. Can't tell you if it's real or not, that Blackwell Unbound is kind of Joey's memory of the events. Rather, this is the reality, because Joey has obviously a very idealistic memory of Lauren, while the reality was much more tragic and sad, and here she is kind of slouchy. And when I saw it, it just felt more Lauren than it would have been otherwise, so I liked it. I kept it. Yeah, that was very much intentional, that Lauren is technically tougher, while in terms of this duty, this job, Rosa actually flourished in it. Like, this is where she shines and this is what she wants to do. Rather, for Lauren, it was that she had to do it, and she was very unwilling. So that made Rosa much stronger mentally and emotionally than Lauren. That was
This is it. Can you give me a boost up there?
Sure, I guess.
my little pop psychoanalysis of my own characters.
You've gotten bigger since I last saw you.
Here. Come on, I'm not
I'm very
leaving
proud
you
that Ben managed to get that across when
Fine.
she's like wearing all black. That could have been one big messy blob. Is Thomas still in here? I know he's in Norway, so I know he's quite a few hours ahead of where I am. It's 4:10 here. She's much heavier than she looks. Yeah.
Auntie?
It's
Are you
rare that
okay?
I get backgrounds made that
Auntie?
are only used once.
What?
We need
But
to keep moving.
This scene
It
called for it.
hurts. Don't you feel it?
Yes, but I can't stay here, and neither can you.
She didn't climb by herself. Rosa pulled her up, didn't she? Thomas is still in the building.
Do you feel it?
Yeah. Let's keep moving.
That light, it's so beautiful. After I'd send a ghost off, I'd just sit there and stare, try to make sense out of it. Wonder what was on the other side.
Oh. I just spilled tea on myself.
I
How rude.
suppose now I can. I'm dead out there, aren't I? Back in New York.
Yes. I'm sorry.
One thing that's
I should have realized.
I never was
I've had
able to
this
get right
conversation so many times.
when Lauren turns to face the light.
I remember now.
Yeah. Like,
how it happened.
she glitches
Someone
just a
trying
tiny
to take
bit.
over my mind.
It's so hard to
It
notice.
cracked my head
It drove
open,
me
like
crazy.
the universe
I
poured
never did
through.
fix it.
It hurt.
I know. It happened to me.
A part of me escaped, hid out there in the void, anything to get away. You brought me back.
Your family. What else could I do?
You're as sappy as your father. I wish you could have met him.
Laura, if it looked like
Auntie,
that,
I
that wasn't
think-
intentional. It was supposed
Yeah,
to be that
I
Rosa
know.
hoisted her
It's
up,
time.
pulled her up.
I know how this works. Say hi to Joey for me, huh? And tell him... You know what? Don't tell him anything. It'll drive him crazy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ow!
Holy Jesus! Red? Is that you?
Joey? Oh my god, my head.
You're back? You're really back?
Where am I? And what am I wearing?
Short version, you're in the loony bin. You wouldn't believe what's going on out there.
Madeline is pulling energy through the void. This will create a spiritual explosion that will destroy all souls within range.
Of course she still... Oh. Does she still
yeah?
have her glasses on then?
What now?
It is how both Lauren and Patricia met their
Nope,
end.
she doesn't have her glasses
Their
on.
lives
Those are her
passed under
eyebrows.
pressure. Their souls
But-
hid
but-
in the void until they died.
Good call.
I found my way back.
Portraits were only animated in Legacy and Convergence.
Come on, Rosa, move.
I decided that they were too much work, that we could have much more interesting, detailed portraits if we didn't have to worry about them animating. So I did. And honestly, the funny thing is that people had forgotten that Convergence and Legacy were animated to start with. And also, they always looked weird because lip syncing, they weren't lip synced. And I could have made them lip synced, but that would have just expanded the amount of time exponentially. It's like this huge, grueling amount of work for like a very superficial detail. So I never bothered with it. And so I figured, let's go for more detailed, more interesting portraits and not have them animate. So that's what we did.
Okay.
I remember I had Rebecca record these like grunting sounds for when she's moving, but it just sounded so stupid. So I ended up not using them. She's just sitting there going, and you know, that's called walla in a voice acting technical term. Walla is actually a really, oh, here we go. Walla is actually a very difficult
hell
thing
was that?
to get right. I didn't get it right there, so I just cut it. The angry little face with the downturned eyebrows.
He's unconscious. I can't do anything to help him.
I do love this song. Love it. Dun, 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 dun. This might be pushing it a little bit, that he's blowing this knife across the floor, but whatever. Da, da, da. Ah, whoops. Right.
What the hell is going on? This whole building is shaking.
It's starting. The effects of the...
We're the only...
Ow! Damn it!
Alright, this new ability of yours, scaring the crap out of me.
Good thing
Still,
they wax
one
those
crisis at a
floors. Joey has a mighty wind. The answer is a mighty wind that's blowing everywhere. Oh, a mighty... No, okay. I do love that movie, A Mighty Wind. Okay. Poor Joey is so unnerved by this. I love that he's trying so hard not to let it show.
I don't want to be anywhere near.
God. Oh my God, her underwear. I asked but I first asked Ben about that. He said something very funny. He was in a hospital once, and he's like, if I had to show up my underwear to everyone, there's no reason why Rosa can't. So, her idle animation doesn't seem to be working here, which is a shame, because she had some very funny ones for this. Because she looks so different without her glasses, doesn't she? Alright, let's do this. Does her idle animation happen? No, it doesn't. Alright, whatever.
Huh. There's an old pipe against this wall.
I imagine a real padded cell wouldn't be that easy to cut open. But whatever.
Aha! An old vent.
Oh yeah, the scalpels are insanely sharp, but padded walls are insanely thick. Yeah, originally we had an animation of Rosa bending down to open that up, but it was a little graphic considering what she's wearing, so we ended up not using it. I do love that image of Rosa just kicking the thing open. She has like one or two action moments in this game.
There's a key hanging
cuts,
on the
yeah.
inside.
No pun intended.
And my clothes. Thank God. You mind?
Right. You ready?
Let's go.
Originally, I had this funny idea, but it was just too much animation to do. I wanted her to be like, "Are you ready?" She's like, "Just a second," and then put the earmuffs on, and she's like, "Now I'm ready." But that was corny. Dun, dun, dun. Whoa! Dun, dun, dun. I do love upping tension.
The police can't help with this.
I did love that line. I did love how she read that.
I can't go home. Not yet.
You okay?
30 blocks. Never ran. So fast.
She's up there.
She's gathering the energy within herself.
Now she's got the
Trying
glasses.
to force her own spirit to weaken and break apart. Her spirit is strong, but her resolve is stronger.
How do we stop her?
I don't know. Nothing like this has ever happened before.
Well,
Alright, let's just do it. Let's do it.
Jesus, he's still here?
Nobody can get near this building without being affected by the void energy. Nobody except us. Ow! God damn it, that hurts. I'm sorry, Michael. He's got a piece of chalk in his pocket. It looks like he used it to draw the circle.
Maybe there's a secret ending that Dave saved just for this stream. What's funny is that the original, I think I mentioned how originally I didn't intend for Michael's hiding place to be the school. And it's just funny how things work out. Because Michael was here, behind the in a school behind the church, I was able to have the climax be on top of the church. So that was a nice, happy accident. I love it when stuff like that works out. The UFO ending. UFO comes down.
Madeline!
How your head.
It's over, Madeline.
Indeed.
I noticed that there are no footprints here. With all the like above Madeline, there's like the void effect pulsing, and Madeline shifting around, and the snow effect, and all of that was like really taxing. And at the time when I added the footprints, it slowed this scene down to a crawl. So I just removed the footprints. I take it. I just sort of. People ask me about it. I was like, well, it's just. Rose has had this spiritual enlightenment, so now she doesn't leave footprints anymore.
Madeline.
What?
Blackwell Dresden crossover. I once had a dream once when I was making this, and it's one of those you've worked too hard dreams where, like, I released a Blackwell Batman crossover. Don't ask me what the game was. It was Dream Logic. And I released it, and I'm like, it was really cool, but I'm like, wait, should I have done that? I mean, it's Batman. It was very, very strange. That, like, Blackwell crossover with Batman.
Since humanity crawled out of the ocean, they began to deny death.
She's
Denying
walking.
so
She's
much
literally
that the
walking on
stone
water.
was
You're right.
created. In all that,
So you'll destroy them all.
it is a means to an end, nothing more.
Why do they turn to the right after?
Madeline.
Does that happen every time? Okay, that's weird. Why did I do that? Does that happen with Joey too?
Hey, Maddie.
What?
What?
Nope. Okay, only with Rosa. That's bizarre. That I don't know why I did that. You know, like I said in the other streams, there's some things that are worth fixing. This isn't one of them.
Hey, Maddie.
What?
Grab her.
Hey?
His
Yes.
arm placement.
My
Oops.
spiritual
Oh
form is
dear.
becoming intangible.
I really
Day
tried
to day.
adjusting it,
It won't be long now.
but like I tried moving Joey's position, but it just looked like he was trying to grab. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. All right. Whatever.
Madeline.
There's this
What?
one dialogue exchange that I do love.
You destroyed my family.
It was nothing personal.
You don't understand, do you?
The A is such
could
a
have
like
supported
when
each
Joey
other.
goes
We
A.
could have been
That's a very
normal.
Joey
You took
thing,
that from us,
and it's like
from me.
And yet,
you work with a character
here you
enough.
are.
There's just certain phrases
Don't
and
tell
rhythms
me you
that
are
just
worse off.
sound
You
like the character,
survived,
and that was one of them.
thrived even.
Not for much longer if you keep this up.
As I said, this is nothing personal.
We're going to stop you, Madeline.
And what makes you think that?
We've stopped others before you, we can do it again.
Others before me. Like who?
We stopped the Deacon.
That mad, incorrigible soul. A man so insane with fear that he created the devil out
Yeah,
of
this
thin
is sort of my
air.
way of
There are
addressing the
so
fact that
many
the
spirits
devil
like
in
you.
Blackwell
Spirits
Legacy
so
wasn't
guilty.
real, because people thought he was real, even though he wasn't. It was so yeah.
The Countess. My aunt killed her. I finished her off.
You forget. She was my host once. Whatever happened to her, it was her own undoing. I am through with being at the service of hosts like her. Of anyone like her.
And this is how you're doing it?
There's no other way.
All right, enough of that. Why are you turning to the right? That's so silly.
Joey.
Yeah?
Yeah, I should have added a different greeting for this scene.
Madeline is incorporeal. More so than usual.
So, punching her senseless is out. What else you got?
A piece of chalk?
Glad to see the universe pouring into your head hasn't dulled your wits any.
All right, let's do this.
Look what it made.
Originally, I had like a very muffled, watery version of this song that played, but I couldn't get it to sync right. She still has the pipe from the mental asylum. She ran 30 blocks carrying a pipe in the snow. Yeah.
Use a bit of my essence, huh? What?
I use this.
Okay, well that's the
What is
last
this?
interaction in the game, so
Oh.
I am just gonna sit back now.
How cute.
And I have a
This
half hour to
place.
spare, sweet.
Well, no matter.
Hey,
You,
you
Hey.
remember me. I guess I should be flattered.
open the portal. Let me through.
You've got to be kidding.
The energy is almost at critical mass. It is going to detonate whether I am there or not.
Oh,
Oh, that's all you can say? Millions of souls will be destroyed. I need to be
Cold
one of
tea.
them.
we all need something. I thought I needed to move on, but I really want to see how this ends.
It will never end. I will never end. That was the whole purpose.
It was never about you. You see, I don't like it, but I get it.
What are you talking about?
Shh. I'm on a smoke break.
Blackwell EXE has stopped unexpectedly.
No.
It's not going to stop.
No.
This is it, isn't it?
No. No, it isn't.
I know that a lot of people thought this ending
know.
was a little out there and weird, and maybe it is.
I know.
But
we do the best we can. We always have.
at the same time, I always felt it's endings are difficult. Endings are always difficult, and the best thing I could do, because I know I couldn't please
Are those-
everybody, no
are
matter
those
what I did,
spooks?
there are people who wouldn't like the ending.
Lost, everyone who is waiting.
So I just made a point of pleasing myself. As long as I was happy,
You're saving
then
spooks.
It's what we do.
as long as I was happy,
How?
then
Vortex. It was creating a massive spiritual energy. I am reversing it, making it.
then that's all that mattered. That would carry it through. Since I knew I wasn't going to make everyone happy anyway, I just focused on making myself happy with the ending, and I am very happy with how this
You
ended
see?
up. As
It's not
muddled as
about
it
you
is,
or me. It's about
and as like
everyone.
as difficult as the process was through each game, changing the backstory and dealing with all the lore dumps and things like that,
It's time. Move on. You can do it now.
I got there, and I'm very happy about that. I don't know if I'm making any sense at all.
It's not working.
What?
I said it's not.
Originally, I had it
working.
being
won't
very
let me
obvious
go.
that Joey didn't want to go through. But then
sorry,
Abe,
sweetheart,
as he was reading
but
the
I'm still
lines, he felt
stuck.
that Joey
Not
would
even
want to
the
go
power of
through.
the universe inside
So
your head can
he
help you
literally
move
can't
on.
go. He's not pretending. He literally can't go. My ending would have had Joey free Crispin from the portrait in the bar.
It's gone.
And Crispin would fight Madeline with him.
I'm sorry, Joey.
I don't know. I think Rabbi Stone would have been
So,
better because he's a
everyone
boxer.
down there is
you know?
back to normal.
Yes.
Or Kane would
everyone
come
will
in his
wake up.
spaceship.
They won't even know they were asleep. It will be like it never happened.
Yeah, we should get out of here. So, how many spooks did you manage to save anyway?
All of them.
All of them?
Yes.
So, are we talking all the spooks
She's leaving
here in the
footprints. So
city,
much for
or-
enlightenment.
No. All ghosts. Everywhere.
Except for me.
He can't move on because he's tied to
for
her,
you.
and he can't
That's
go beyond that.
I know.
Look, don't sweat it. I mean, people are still gonna die, right? There'll be more ghosts.
Eventually.
Right, so when that happens, it'll be business as usual.
I guess.
But in the meantime, we're free.
Free.
Yeah.
Thanks,
How about a
La
movie or something?
La Pluie.
God,
La
I haven't
Pluie?
seen a movie
I think
in
that's her name.
forever.
You and me both.
People tell me that all the
things
time.
We can do now.
Maybe I'll sleep in.
Or maybe a vacation.
Yeah. Somewhere sunny.
Huh?
I'm sorry, Joey. I thought you'd be gone. I really hoped you'd be gone. I didn't want you to see this.
Red?
It hurts, Joey. It's everything. It's pouring into my head. It's not a metaphor and it's not stopping. I can't hold it.
You gotta try.
No. It's like trying to swallow the ocean. Sooner or later, you're going to drown.
No, not after what you just did. Not after everything we've done. You can't just...
What? Die? I don't think I have a choice.
No, this isn't fair. This isn't right. You just saved the whole damn city. You saved me.
I knew the cost. I paid it. It was worth it, wasn't it?
Sure. Of course it was.
I see them. My parents, Joey, I see them.
No, stay away from them. It's not time yet.
Joey, please.
Okay. But before you go, I'll make you one promise. No matter how long I'm around, no matter how many hosts I see
People ask if I always knew Blackwell would end this way. The answer is yes.
Ever.
My only regret is I didn't foreshadow it well enough.
Be a good spirit guide. Do what needs to be done. Forever if need be.
No, Joey.
Hey, Nano Earl. You popped in just at the ending. Still couldn't find a good falling into the snow sound.
What the... What did you... How? Red? Sweetheart? Rosa?
Only time he ever said her name.
Why the hell did you do this?
You're welcome, Nano Earl. I shouldn't laugh during this scene, I'm sorry. Like, I always knew it would end this way. I always knew.
Just...
The thing with the tie, I always knew. Oh god, I love that fan art, Amiro. I love that fan art. I actually asked for a full-size version of it. I have yet to print it out and hang it up, though.
I don't see him anymore. I've tried, you know. I've looked. There was this pile-up on the West Side Highway last week, and now people say they hear crying. So I went over there. I didn't hear or see anything. I'm normal.
I think you guys are crying. I almost burst into tears while writing this in the middle of a cafe.
Yeah, I know.
It was
Ironic,
like
huh?
almost over a decade's worth of having these characters in my head and writing the last scene.
If you were here.
It was so hard, but...
I'm forgetting things.
That's how I knew it worked, because it was affecting me.
You know, I can't even say it.
We all remember the loss of Joey's hat.
I'm alive. I can't think about being dead. I guess that's hardwired into everybody. Turns out I'm just like everyone else in the end. But I get it now. I like being alive. Is that so wrong? Is that what I'm supposed to get from all this? That life is worth living? I guess I gotta get out there and find out for myself.
Bookends, you're right, Makamu. That was...
Goodbye, Rosa Blackwell. I don't know how long I've
There's a time and a place where you can be heavy-handed.
Someday.
Yeah, the hat and the tie, you know, he took them both off.
This count.
Kind of, you know, the heavy-handed metaphor is that the two most iconic things about him are gone. So he's not quite himself anymore. That was kind of my little heavy-handed visual shorthand for his new paradigm. And roses, ashes in our face. Okay, that's it. Yeah, here's Joey walking by himself. You know, I always keep getting that. How can Joey live in New York? He's got no ID. He's got no papers. He's got, you know, no social security number. You know, it's like he's alive. I think he's happy to be alive. And I like to think that Rosa took that into consideration when she brought him back. One thing I always do in all my games, and I've never really done it with the games that I've published, is have the pictures of the actors. I like to include that just because it knows all the different Joeys, all the different Roses. Excuse me. Unavowed continues it in a way. I mean, it's the same. There's some reoccurring characters and stuff. Jim Mullins. Francisco. Natalia, you're still here. Hi. She got taller. Yeah. So what I think the Unbound Joey was the biggest. It's probably the lowest like size in terms of resolution, but in terms of like character size, they were the biggest. Philip Kalin. I was trying to remember his name the other day. Yeah, he's amazing, Philip Kalin. My one regret is that working on my own project and not publishing. When I publish other games, I tend to get them out faster, which means I work with the voice actors more. And now that I'm not doing that, like this is the longest I've ever gone without working with voice actors. It's been about a year, and that was only because I did Kathy Rain. So, yeah, this is the longest I've ever gone without working with voice actors, and I miss it. I love working with the voice actors. I love all these guys. Joey found his love from conversion since she helped him. Oh, you mean, what's her name? Oh my god, I forgot it. Monique Stallman. The ending theme does not feature the Blackwell theme. Yeah. Oh, this song was written by a local composer named Alyssa Menez. She speaks a lot at GDC and stuff. She wrote this song, and a friend of hers sang it. And I needed something else to cover the credits, because even though Thomas's song is good, it wasn't long enough to cover like the insane amount of credits that I have here. You seem like you really know how to work with voice actors too, Dave. Thank you. I'm no professional by any means, but I've done enough of it that I kind of know tricks and stuff. I'd like to thank all the cafes we've worked in over the years. Most of these have closed. Yep, Starbucks University and 8th, that one's closed. Third in St. Mark's, that one's closed. Broadway and Reed, no, that one's still open. The two Cozies, those are closed. Pick Me Up is closed. That Barnes & Noble, 8th Street, that one's closed. Shima's, long closed. Witchcraft is closed. Joffrey's is closed. Tea Lounge is closed. Conditori is closed. They're all closed. Dedicated to Eve, born a year before this came out. Barnes & Noble on 8th is gone. Are you from New York, Lex the Bacon? We might have talked about this before. Yeah, that's it. So, you know. Actually, the funny thing is, I think if you, it was an article by John Walker on Rock, Paper, Shotgun. He said he wanted games to acknowledge that you beat them. And he really liked it when the title screen changed. So I quickly took this image. So here, the game restarts, I think. Yeah. The game restarts, and the new title screen is this, just to acknowledge that you've got there. Yeah. There's something to be said when people talk about like iconic characters. That usually means you can represent them with iconography, you know, very simple things. So here you've got Joey's hat and Rosa's glasses. They're two very iconic things about them. Like if you can draw a character with stick figure and you can still tell who they are, that means you've got a very iconic character. You draw like a blue stick figure with like, you know, wavy legs with a tie and a hat, you know it's Joey. So yeah, that was the Blackwell. It took us about, I guess, 3-4 weeks to get through them all. I'm not sure how long it took. What game would you like to stream next? Probably Gemini Rue. Honestly, Gemini Rue was the one that needed it the most. Gemini Rue is the main reason why I recompiled everything, because Gemini Rue is almost unplayable now, and it's something I really should have addressed before now. I'm getting complaints almost all the time that people can't play Gemini Rue. So that's going to be next on my list, because that it needs it badly. Shiva doesn't need it as badly, because the Shiva was made in a recent version of AGS, so that's okay. These games are alright, I guess. Chat, bye black screen's been lovely. Okay, well, yeah, I guess there's not much to say that I haven't said already. These are like 8 years of my life making these games and over a decade of having these characters in my head, so it's always weird saying goodbye to anything. And I still miss these characters a lot. The one thing I really took for granted is that as how easy it was to get into their heads when writing their dialogue, and I'm noticing that a lot with Unavowed, is that I've been working on it for just a year, and I'm still finding I write a character and I'm like, I'm not entirely 100% sure how they would react to something or what they would say. Rather, with Rosa and Joey, it was so easy because I've been working with them for so long. And I really took that for granted, and I really do miss that because it was like putting on an old comfortable jacket writing Blackwell. Even though it was getting to the point where I was really struggling to keep the whole Blackwell thing, you know, find ghost, save ghost. I was really struggling to keep that fresh and new and interesting. So I'm glad I ended on a high note, and I do think this is a high note. I'm hubristic enough to believe that. Should I prepare my sister for losing the save file after the update? What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna save the older version of the game as a beta that you can access with a password. So you can still access it. It's just you need to access it via beta. Like if you look on your page, there'll be a news item that tells you how to access it. Because that's the main reason why I was avoiding it, for that reason, for the save games. So I'm trying to mitigate that. Anyway, that's Blackwell. I don't know when I'll be doing the next stream, but follow my Twitter feed and everything. I always end these streams babbling because I'm never quite sure how to end them. So I'm just going to end it. All right, guys. I'm going to hit that stop button. Till next time. Thanks very much.